Who killed Sonny Corleone? Sonny was the eldest of Vito's sons, making him the most impetuous and aggressive of the bunch. Prior to Michael's ascent to prominence, Sonny was also the Corleone criminal family member who was the most engaged. After Vito's passing, he was the one who was meant to take over the leadership of the family firm. On the other hand, Sonny does have a more sensitive side. At the age of 10, he became friends with Tom Hagen, a homeless youngster, and managed to persuade his father to let Tom move in with the family. Thus, keep watching this video so that you may learn about Sonny Corleone's life and discover who was responsible for his death. Getting started in the family-owned business. Because Sonny saw his father kill Don Finucci when he was a boy, it was inevitable that Sonny would eventually get involved in the world of organized crime. After an unsuccessful attempt to steal from a liquor shop when Sonny was 16 years old, he was formally initiated into the criminal world of his father. His godfather, Peter Clemenza, had informed Vito about the situation, and Vito's reaction to it was not very positive. Unfortunately, Sonny disclosed how he had seen Finucci's murder, and Vito was unable to object, since he feared seeming hypocritical if he did so. Sonny claimed that he wanted to sell olive oil, despite Vito's repeated entreaties for him to complete his education and find a respectable profession instead. Since Vito was aware that Sonny was eager to learn more about the family business, he sent him to Clemenza for instruction. Clemenza instructed Sonny in both the use of a pistol and a garrote wire, but he was let down when Sonny chose to focus more on his shooting skills. Genco Abondando first assigned Sonny the role of bodyguard for his father, primarily so that the Don could train his son directly. During these sessions, Don often seemed and sounded like he was giving a lecture in a university setting. The master of strategy. During the pacification of New York, Sonny's ability to navigate the economic world was put to the test as he had to deal with Irish goons. Sonny assembled his own gang while his father was being treated at the hospital, and he immediately showed his latent brilliance in the art of urban warfare. He gained a reputation as one of the most brutal and vicious leaders and executioners in the Eastern underworld, overshadowed only by his father's brutal personal hitman Luca Brasi, who was able to take city block after city block with relative ease. His family life. Sonny wed Sandra, a young Italian immigrant in 1935, and the couple went on to have 4 children together, twin daughters Francesca and Catherine, and 2 boys, Santino Jr. and Frank. He was a wonderful parent who was kind and caring, as well as a decent spouse who was unfaithful. Sonny's wife was afraid to make love to him because of his enormous appendage. Thus, the fact that he was unfaithful to her did not bother her in the least. His devotion to his father earned him the nickname Sonny, as was evident when he attacked his brother Michael on their father's birthday in 1941 for deciding to tell their father that Michael had enlisted in the Marines and dropped out of college. Sonny had the view that those who served in the armed forces were saps due to the fact that they put their lives in danger for people they had never met, and that, "Your nation ain't your blood," he said. Sonny would introduce his sister Connie to his close buddy Carlo Rizzi at the same birthday event they were both attending. Sonny started his affair with Connie's closest friend and maid of honor, Lucy Mancini, during the wedding, when Connie and Carlo would finally tie the knot. This romance would last for many years. The killing of Sonny Corleone. The ensuing conflict drags on for a number of years before coming to a standstill. Tatalia's secret partner, Emilio Barzini, the Don of the most powerful of the 5 families, recruited the assistance of Carlo Rizzi, Sonny's brother-in-law, in arranging a trap for the impetuous young Don in order to further their own interests and break the deadlock. When learning that Carlo was assaulting his wife Connie, Sonny had lately given Carlo a particularly nasty beating in public. Sonny did not take Carlo's life because he could not bring himself to murder a defenseless human being. Instead, he left Carlo bloodied and shattered, along with a threat that he would take Carlo's life if he ever attacked Connie again. Due to Carlo's resentment and desire to get his own back on Sonny, the action that Sonny took would have significant repercussions. Connie was subjected to an especially brutal beating at the hands of Carlo. She then called Sonny on the phone to plead for his assistance. Carlo's goal was to lure Sonny out into the open. Sonny, in a fit of wrath, storms out from the family property, all by himself, and makes his way to Connie's apartment, with the intention of killing Carlo. As Sonny draws up to a toll plaza, several of Barzini's men emerge from the toll booths and the automobile in front of Sonny and begin to savagely fire him down with submachine guns. The automobile is riddled with bullets, and even though Sonny is struck by many gunshots before he can leave the vehicle, he still makes an attempt to flee by the passenger door, where he is met with further gunfire. He falls into the next toll lane and is then shot a couple more times by one of the assassins before the man kicks him. He passed away at the age of 31. Michael, who was in Sicily when he heard the news, was left in a state of utter devastation upon learning of Sonny's death. Tom Hagen, visibly shaken up by the revelation, had to take a drink before he could bring himself to break the devastating news to Vito. By requesting a favor from Bonacera, a reputable undertaker, Vito was able to make arrangements for Sonny's disfigured corpse to be repaired in time for his wake. After that, Vito called a meeting of every family that was represented on the commission in order to negotiate an end to the conflict. He made a solemn oath that he would neither seek retribution nor investigate Sonny's murder. Vito, on the other hand, was well aware that Michael would take action. Michael murdered Carlo Rizzi in order to get revenge for the loss of his friend, despite having previously assured Connie that he would not hurt Carlo. Carlo admitted that Barzini had asked him for assistance in killing Sonny. The assassinations of the dons of the 5 families, including those of Barzini and Tattaglia, were carried out in part as an act of retaliation for Sonny's murder. Sonny's legacy. Vincent, Sonny's illegitimate son with Lucy Mancini, began to assert himself within the family 30 years after Sonny's death. He personally eliminated Joey Zaza, the family's enemy, prior to being appointed as Michael's successor as Don Corleone. This occurred after Vincent was appointed as Don Corleone. There is no evidence that any of Sonny's 4 legitimate children have ever had a substantial part in the affairs of the family. Let us know in the comments section below if you think Sonny Corleone deserves to die in such a horrible manner, and what he may have achieved if he hadn't passed away on that particular day. Click the like button if you'd like to see more videos just like the one you're now watching. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll be waiting for you in the next video.